Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Lala and you're watching Lala Level Up. As you can see by the title, today I'm going to be talking about how I don't want a job anymore. Like at all. I don't want to work at all. But before I get into that, make sure that you like the video, you're subscribed to my channel, and that you put on your post notifications so you can be notified when I post my videos. Now, let's get into the meat and potatoes. So I don't want to work anymore. I don't want a job. I don't want to live like a conventional life. Like I don't want to wake up in the morning and like do any of that anymore, like at all. And I think most people don't. Like most people don't want to work anymore. And the reason why I don't want to have a job, like the whole reason for me, is I feel like it takes away from things I really want to do. Like working is just 40 hours a week to work at a job. That's a lot of hours. That's a lot of hours. That's a lot of hours out of your day. If you work a typical 8 hours a day and you have 12 hours in a day, like that's crazy. It's like society is literally set up for us to just work, just be workers, just to be slaves, like modern day slavery. And it's like, I want more of a life than just to be working and slaving away my whole life. And obviously you need people to work because who's gonna run shit if nobody's working? Like, how are things gonna get done? Obviously. But I just feel like for us to be doing this our whole entire lives, like that's not normal. And we're supposed to have time to like do things that we love to do and like take breaks. Like you can't even really take a vacation whenever you want when you're working a typical job. You gotta ask permission. Like imagine that. You don't even have to imagine because it's reality, but imagine that, having to ask permission to take a vacation. Like, why? I just been thinking so much. I've always thought about stuff like this, but even lately it's becoming like dreadful. And it's not even about the type of job. It's just the fact that I'm working, period. And obviously I'm grateful to have a job. I'm grateful to have 2 jobs because we need money to survive. And when you have money, you're able to do things, you know what I'm saying? And buy the things you want to buy, things like that. So it's just kind of freaking crazy how we need money to survive. But what we have to do to get money is just so much. Unless, you know, obviously you're an entrepreneur or, you know, a business owner. But even then, you still have to put in hours. You still have to work. Like, it's just like unsettling to know like you have to do things you don't want to do. Like if I could, I'd rather just spend the day under a tree somewhere in nature, writing, reading, drawing. Like I'd rather spend my time doing things that feed my spirit. So it sucks because when I'm working, like that does not feed my spirit at all. Like when I be going to work, I be feeling like it's actually like taken away from me. Like the only thing it does is provide money. I think a lot of it has to do with time. Because on this earth, like your time is very limited. And I just would rather spend my time doing things that feed my spirit, you know? And then someone could put the argument up and say, well, if you love what you do, it doesn't feel like work. That may be true too. But what I love to do, I'm not doing it right now. So then I just end up feeling like any job I have, I'm kind of like settling with it because it doesn't feed my spirit type of thing. And I'd rather take them 40 plus hours that I'm working at work to actually like work on my dreams and things that I love and things that feel good to my spirit. So I don't want a job anymore. I don't want to work a typical 9 to 5 anymore. I don't want to work for anybody anymore. And it sucks because like for right now, I pretty much have to. Like I have to, unless I just don't want to work and I just want to be homeless and be hungry. So it's just like, for me, I just hate doing something I don't want to do. So right now, I'm at the stage where it's like, I hate going to work. Like I really hate going to work. And it's kind of like, damn, like, it kind of like will make you feel stuck. If you're doing something every day you know you don't want to do, you end up feeling stuck. But at the same time, it ends up putting like that fire under my ass to be like, girl, if you don't want to work at this job, you need to be on your shit. You need to do A, B, and C. So I guess it's good too, but it's just been something that I've been noticing a lot and it's been on my heart. And I'm like, damn, like, I really don't want to work anymore. I don't want to clock in for a job. And I don't want to work with my coworkers. Like, not for nothing, I don't really have the best coworkers, and I just feel like, damn, like I be doing everything at this job, nobody else be doing nothing, and it just sucks to be around people that don't even put in the work. And They probably don't put in the work because they feel like the job doesn't give them nothing back. Like, if employers were better to their employees, they would have better employees. Because a lot of times people complain, you know, about employees, like I just did. But the reason why people are like that is, one, because it could be just because they're lazy. But two, could be because they're just like fed up. And they're like, I'm just here for the money anyway. And I get that too, because that's kind of where I'm at too now. Like, I'm literally just here for the check. But I'm still going above and beyond because that's just who I am as a person. But it's like, I don't want to. Like, I just hate the feeling of doing something I don't want to do. And that's what I'm doing. So I'm like, damn, it's really making me like, be like, okay, girl, get on it, get on it. Because if you don't want to do this anymore, you're going to have to make changes in order to live a different life. So yeah, I don't know if anybody else feels like that. If you do, leave a comment and let me know. But I'd rather not work. I wish I could just like have someone take care of me, no lie. Like how people just be like, oh, girls, women just want someone to take care of them. Yeah, at this point I do. Yeah, I would love someone to take care of me and pay my rent. I don't have that option, but I would love to just go ahead and move in with my parents and then just live off of them and shit. So I think people should honestly live with their parents as long as, I don't want to say as long as they can, but long enough till they're like good enough to like be on their own and stuff. Because when you're on your own, you're on your own. So yeah, it's a real simple concept. Like, I just would rather not. I'd rather take my time and do other things. And I like the feeling of being free. I like being free. Like, when I'm working a job, I don't feel free. You know, I feel confined and I feel restricted and I feel controlled, and I don't like that at all. And I love making the money though. I love knowing I'm making money. I love seeing my check. I love spending the money, but I don't like what I'm doing to get the money. And I just feel like for all them hours I'm putting into punching in a clock, I could use all of them hours to be doing things that feed my spirit and my soul and make me feel like just so rejuvenated on the earth, you know? Humans are not meant to be working, period. Like, we're not meant to be working. We're meant to be out in nature as a community, working together and having like this village mentality, and like we're all working together and sharing our resources and things like that. Like, that's how life is supposed to be. We're not supposed to be working like this. Like, it wears on our body mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Like, it really wears on you because we're not built for this. Like, we're not made to just be working jobs, you know? We're not made for that. Even like the sleep. We need to be getting more sleep than we're getting. Like, they say 8 hours is the standard. I don't even think so. I think like we should be sleeping for like 12 hours for real. 8 hours just doesn't feel like enough. Because how you working for 8 hours and then you sleeping for 8 hours? I feel like we should be sleeping way more than we're working, no? Like, how are we even working the same hours we're supposed to be sleeping? Isn't that crazy? If you really think about it, like, you spend all that time at a job. Even people who work on the computers, like, I work on the computer a lot at both of my jobs. So I'm like, I'm not supposed to be staring at a freaking computer screen for 8 hours. Like, that's not even good for my mind, for my eyes, for real. And even just to sit in a position where you're sitting down and your shoulders are like that, like, it's not good. For people who work in factories, even for doctors, for people doing surgery all day, like, we're not meant to be doing this type of stuff. And we're not meant to be doing it for the prolonged time that we are doing it either. Like, all of this ends up affecting you psychologically too. Because it's like, we not meant to be doing this at all. We be getting stressed off of our jobs. People be getting depressed off of their jobs and stuff. And it's like, whenever you get to the point where you feel like your job is like a factor that's making you depressed, that's how you know it's the issue. That's not the issue for me right now, but I'm just saying, like, in general, you know? So, yeah, I don't want to work this job no more. I don't work none of these. I don't want to work a job ever again. Like, the fact that I'm even working jobs, and I'm grateful, and I never want to seem like I'm ungrateful, you know? I'm very grateful, and I'm thankful to be making money, you know? I know how it feels to not make money, so I'm grateful that I'm in a position where I am making money. But it's just like, damn, the thought of doing things I don't want to do, it just doesn't sit right with me. So, yeah. That's that on that. Let me know if you can relate. If you can, if you can't, leave it in the comments. And as always, you can be, do, and have whatever you desire. You are limitless. Until next time, Lala Level Up.